Welcome back to another Heavymetalrille update video. It is time again, and it wasn't that long ago that I last uploaded my latest video, and I mean, well, latest and latest. I actually filmed that video back in April/May, you know, somewhere along that timeline. So yeah, it's not the freshest, but it's still not that far away. Anyway, but what I updated in that video mostly was my town fair haul from last year. And you know, why did I wait so long to update that? And why did I do it anyways? I don't know. Well, I do know. I felt like before I moved on to the newer stuff, I had to get some of the older stuff that I never got to out of the way. So it's just like closing the pages in a book, moving on to the next chapter and the next chapter and whatever. And there are many things that I'm thinking on in my head, how I will proceed with YouTube and with life and many other things in general. That is something that I will have to explore and talk about some more in the future. Yeah, because I'm doing many other things besides YouTube nowadays. You know that I don't do YouTube that much. It doesn't mean that I don't want to. It doesn't mean that I miss parts of it, but things have changed so much, and there are so many other things in my life. Well, and one of those things, just let me show you. Well, and one of those things is actually working on my script and storyboard for one of my graphic books, comic novels, or whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it, comic book, graphic novel. I'm reworking an old comic book idea that I used to call Night of the Pumpkins, and I talked about it in the latest video, but now I need to talk about it again, because last time in that video I said that I had made 140 pages. Well, my friends and viewers, subscribers, and lovers of culture, I have now made 400 pages of script and storyboard, plus side notes and designs and other such things. So this is 400 pages of my story, and I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. And even when I'm done with this, that's only the first part. That's only the first part. So we'll see how it goes. But you know, there are no guarantees for anything. I don't know what I will have time to do before my time is up. But I just have to keep on going. We just have to keep on going. Keep on pushing. But 400 pages. That's nothing to spit at. That's nothing to laugh at. That's nothing to look down upon. This is a huge achievement in itself. 400 pages of storyboard for my reworking of Night of the Pumpkins. So we'll see how that goes and how it will proceed. But anyway, let's move on, because just a couple of weeks ago we had town fair here. So not the town fair hall that was in my earlier video, but the town fair from this year, not last year. So well, I won't waste any more time. Let's get into it. I picked up some very nice stuff here. Very nice stuff. I didn't aim to break the bank or like break any previous records of mine. I just wanted interesting, good stuff that I was after, and you know, I did some trades as well, so I didn't pay for everything. I did some trades, but let's get into it. First of all, I'm a big Harryhausen fan, and I picked up this dual disc edition of 20 Million Miles to Earth, and It Came from Beneath the Sea. Two Harryhausen black and white creature feature movies. I love Harryhausen, big inspiration. So I picked up that. Good deal on that. Then this actually came out recently, so this is fresh. It just had came out when I picked it up during town fair. This is a Klaus Kinski movie, and a movie that is directed by Ricardo Freda. Double Face. I have never seen this movie before, but I could not skip out on it. I had to get it. Double Face with Klaus Kinski, directed by Ricardo Freda. So another Giallo gem. I hope this is a good one. I've never seen this before. Never seen it before. Double Face, an Arrow, sweet Arrow release. Always happy to pick up another Arrow release. Speaking of Arrow, here we have another one. Microwave Massacre. Some cheesy fun. Microwave Massacre. This is a used copy. I picked it up for around $8. Yeah, looks alright. As always, comes with a booklet, and you know, it's a dual disc edition. Pretty nice. Has a reversible cover. Yeah, pretty cool. So Microwave Massacre. Then I'm no stranger to this movie. I like it a lot, and I like this director a lot. Alex de la Iglesia, Day of the Beast. I finally picked up Day of the Beast for my Alex de la Iglesia collection. So this is a Spanish release, actually. Spanish, but it has English subtitles and all of that. So it's, yeah. Picked up that one. Way happy to have this. I love his movies. It's a great director. Yeah, great director. Yeah, Alejandro Jodorowsky. Oh man, I had to pick this up. I put this away for like not a year, but half a year or something like that, and I finally picked it up during town fair. It's a sealed copy of Santa Sangre on Anchor Bay, sealed. So, yeah, good movie, really good movie. I love Alejandro Jodorowsky. And I didn't have this, and I collect Anchor Bay titles. Yes, I could pick it up on Blu-ray on that Blu-ray release, but whatever. I got the Anchor Bay edition, and I needed it for my collection. I've needed it really badly, really badly. Looking forward to checking this out again. It was some years back since I last saw it, so yeah, that would be awesome. And yeah, double, triple, many times over dipped on this. I have it on VHS, I have it on DVD, and I have it on Blu-ray. But I collect Anchor Bay. I collect Anchor Bay titles. So I really needed this. Deep Red on Anchor Bay. Had to pick this up. It was cheap. I traded for this one, actually. I believe I did. It wasn't that expensive. It wasn't that expensive. But anyway, yeah. Always happy to add another Anchor Bay title to my collection. So Deep Red, Dario Argento classic. Then, another Klaus Kinski movie. Nosferatu in Venedig. Was this also titled Prince of Darkness or something like that? Donald Pleasence, and yeah, and a couple of others. Donald Pleasence and Klaus Kinski. This is from the end of the 80s, 88 or something like that. I believe it was from 88. Yeah. So yeah, I did not have this in my collection. This is a German release. Yeah, but it has English subtitles and such, so there's no problems. Or is it a Dutch release? Yeah, it's probably a Dutch release. Yeah. No, it's a German release. I have to read a little bit on the backside, but Nosferatu in Venedig, a nice German release. It looks cool. I like the cover art. So let's move on. 2 Hammer collection movies that I did not have, and yes, I can pick up many of these on Blu-rays and such, but the prices and and I am already collecting these Hammer collecting DVDs, and I have a lot of them. So why not continue and add some more? Demons of the Mind. Did not have this. Actually, I've never seen this either, so there are still some Hammer horror movies that I haven't seen. So, yeah, Demons of the Mind. Always happy to add another Hammer horror movie to my collection. Love those old movies. Love those Hammer, Amicus, and American International, and whatever else movie companies from those days that did that sort of movies. Gothic, atmospheric, experimental horror, psychological as well. Then here we have another Hammer horror collection. release. The Witches. I have not seen this either. I've seen parts of it, but I've never seen the whole movie. So, The Witches, happy to add that. Oh, an old classic. I hope I haven't picked this up, because I might have it in my collection already, but I'm pretty sure I don't. I know that I ordered a couple of times, but it was out of stock and such, and you know. Anyway, The Thing, Howard Hawks' The Thing from Another World, the original The Thing movie that Carpenter's classic masterpiece is based upon, and this is a classic and masterpiece in its own right. Yeah, really good movie, really good black and white horror science fiction movie. The Thing from Another World, awesome. Happy to have this, and I know there is a new Blu-ray. Was it 4K? But there's a new cool release of this. But whatever. I collect Studio S titles, Swedish DVD titles from Studio S, and I really wanted this in my classic horror collection. So anyway, I'm looking forward very much to watching this again. Yeah, and another one, I call these movies classics. Another horror classic release, a double pack and a double feature of Village of the Damned and Children of the Damned. Another movie that actually, oddly enough, that John Carpenter did a remake of. And it wasn't as good, and it wasn't as successful as The Thing, but it's still, I like it. I like Mark Hamill as the priest, and I like the movie. I thought it was alright. Village of the Damned, Children of the Damned. Real cool slipcover box release. And they both come separately. Pretty cool. And sure, there are probably some cool Blu-ray titles, but you know, I collect on a budget, and I don't pick up expensive Blu-ray releases and such. That's not good for the budget and my wallet, and I do have to pay other things and save up for my movie and such, so I can't be... Yeah, and also, between you guys and me, I also have a little bit left on my student loan to pay off, so priorities. Let's move on. I picked this up used, a horror title called Unearthed. I've been close picking this up several times. I picked it up now for $5. So yeah, another one that I've been wanting for a long time. Digging Up the Marrow, Adam Green, another Green movie. Still have not seen this. I've seen parts of it, and I've been wanting it, but it was too expensive. I paid about $9 to $10 for this one. And that's more along the lines that I want to pay for it. I didn't want to pay like $30 for a DVD. Come on. Some of these import prices are ridiculous. Ridiculous. I can't stand it. So I wait, and I'm patient, and I hunt. Finally I got it. Digging Up the Marrow. So, checking out. Looking forward to checking that one out. I hope it's a good monster fun treat. So yeah, let's move on here. Another one. This is probably like a fucking shit fest, but whatever. Clowntown. I traded for this as well, so I didn't really pay for it. But anyway, I could have always picked up something else. I don't know about this one. I have no idea. I have no idea how this will be. Has anyone seen Clowntown? Let me know. You know, it's. I took the chance. Whatever. Clowntown. Here's another one, and the only thing that's selling it for me is that it's, you know, Tim Curry's in it, or at least his voice. So another clown movie, Ginger Clown, and Tim Curry is the selling point for me, because I always love Tim Curry. Yeah, you know, It and Legend and all that. Wilderness Girls. That's another one. Another part that he did in, what was that, Loaded Weapon? Or whatever. I think it was that comedy movie. But yeah, I hope this is good, Ginger Clown. Let me know if you've seen Ginger Clown and what you thought of it. I hope it's decent at least. So yeah, we have another classic, and sadly this person just passed away. And sadly, just, you know, there's a lot of people that have been passing away these last couple of years. Too many. I mean, it seems never to break up, and it's in my personal life and in the cultural, in the like sphere that you grew up with, and you know, the world that you were used to, with all the actors and things you used to know, and everything is just vanishing, disappearing, and it's not an enjoyable experience. It's horrifying seeing the world that you used to know just, you know, vanish a piece at a time, and it's going quicker and quicker and faster, and soon there's nothing left. There's nothing you used to know, and there's the world that you used to know is just gone. All the actors, all the writers, everything that you used to like and identify with is just gone. And that's sad, but I had to say it. But this is another one of those cases. This was one of my favorite actors, hands down a family favorite, Rutger Hauer. I finally picked this up on DVD, and I'm no stranger to this movie. I've seen this many times. I had it on other VHS copies and such. And well, the Hitcher, Rutger Hauer. Rest in peace, Rutger Hauer. You were awesome. You gave me much joy, pleasure, and partially knowledge about life, movies, and acting. So thank you for that. Thank you. The Hitcher, classic movie. The Hitcher. You have to have this in your collection. Yeah. Really awesome. Really awesome. And here for another one, a cheapie. I don't know if I traded for this, whatever, but no, I picked this up for dirt cheap. I mean $0.50 or like $1. The Colony, yeah, Colony, science fiction horror movie. As I say, it's on the back, sci-fi thriller, but I mean, yeah, it's probably more in the horror direction. Lawrence Fishburne, Bill Paxton. Bill Paxton, yes, another one. Fortunately, Bill Paxton, you know. He was great as well. I love Bill Paxton. But The Colony. So, next up, we actually have, oddly enough, one that I've been, well, at least in the past, I've been sending out the trailer and showing clips and such, just because it's Tadanobu Asano and, you know, some other actors from other known Japanese movies. So I've been, like, you know, recommending it, sort of recommending it, just showing it to people, but I never picked it up myself. I only had clips and the intro and such. But yeah, I finally picked it up myself. Shark Skin Man and Peach Hip Girl. Yeah, with Tadanobu Asano. There are many other famous big Japanese actors in this one. Yeah, this is from 1999, Japanese weirdo action movie. You know, like many of those Japanese movies can be a little bit crazy, a little bit exploring other genres. You know, and that's what I like. I like it, like going over the borders, putting other stuff in that maybe doesn't belong in your average sort of Hollywood boxed action sort of flick. Yeah. Or if you could call it, I don't know. This is a mixed genre thing. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I finally got it. Shark Skin Man and Peach Hip Girl. Finally added that to my collection. So another Japanese Asian movie. And here's another one I picked up for like less than $1. I collect these Asian Vision releases that came back on rental DVD back in Sweden and VHS. But this is actually a documentary called Cause, The Birth of Hero, and that's actually what it is. It's a documentary that tells the story and making of the movie Hero from Zhang Yimou. And this is a long one. This is actually 2 hours and 44 minutes. That's very long. Yeah, that's very long. Very long. Well, but I'm very happy to add this to my collection, Asian Vision collection. Very happy. Looking forward to check this out. So yeah, another one to my Asian collection. Let's move on. Here's Here's another Mel Brooks one, and I believe I talked about Mel Brooks in my latest video, and yeah, this is one that has been very hard to get on DVD. It's out of print since long ago, and yeah, it's hard to find. But finally, I added this Robin Hood Men in Tights. Yes, I'm actually a fan of Men in Tights. I like that movie. Sometimes, not that often, I even sing the song for to myself. But it's a fun movie. It was fun. I don't think Mel Brooks never lost his touch. It just, well, he was just unlucky. He was unlucky when Men in Tights went up in the theaters and such, and you know, and times probably had changed a little bit, but on the other hand, he went up he went up against some big time movies. But anyway, it's too bad. He had a really good run, and I loved those old Mel Brooks comedies and such. Robin Hood, Men in Tights. Happy to have this. So looking forward to checking it out. Here's another one that I picked up a little bit, an extra, a little bit of an extra. It's a mad world. Yeah, that old classic. I have not watched this since I was a kid, so yeah, I don't really remember that much from it. Parts here and there. So a mad world, picked it up because I needed to pick up a cheap and extra, and you know, I wanted it. And I'm a big Johnny Depp fan, so I had to pick this up because I don't have them in my collection. So it's not horror, but it's Johnny Depp. And I'm not one of those Johnny Depp haters that are out there. There seems to be a trend going around and growing like a fungus. And that involves just hating Johnny Depp and just talking shit about him. But he has always been an actor that delivers. An actor that delivers, and he delivers above and beyond what is required. And sore, maybe it's a bit sore as well. And sure, he did probably turn up too much in some Tim Burton movies, and Tim Burton did blow it in his latest movies, and you know, and probably put Johnny Depp in some roles that he shouldn't have. But whatever. But Johnny Depp, he's still a great actor, one of the greatest, in my opinion. And I like him, and I have to collect the movies that I don't have. Well, Blow didn't have this one, and I haven't checked this out since the early 2000s, so I don't remember much from it, actually. So Blow, picked that one up, pretty cheap. Don Juan DeMarco, it's one of those romance sort of thing, but it's Johnny Depp. I mean, and Marlon Brando is in it as well. Oh, that's and Faye Dunaway. But Johnny Depp, had to have it in my Johnny Depp collection. I can't help it. I like Johnny Depp. I want to check out the Johnny Depp movies that I don't have, and I want to have them in my collection. It's just has been one of these things that I have had been going on in my collecting hobby, passion. So had to have that. Here, let's move on. Yeah, here we have some anime. I am no stranger. I've seen all of the movies, all of the series. I read the manga. Full Metal Alchemist. This is the first series, Full Metal Alchemist, and this is the first series collection part 2, which consists of the later half of the series. I have the first half, and I've seen the whole series way back, but I didn't have this. But finally, I added this one for a pretty good price. So yeah, Full Metal Alchemist. Love Full Metal Alchemist. Pretty great stuff. Pretty like tragic, sad, and you know, you really feel for these characters and the story. This is just an awesome piece of art and culture. So yeah, Full Metal Alchemist. Love it. Love anime. I'm a huge big anime fan, and it has been since the early 80s. Let's move on. Some more cheapest that I picked up in another place for $1 or a half. Space Station 76. I don't know much about this, but I picked it up. Whatever. Looks like some throwback sort of thing. So haven't seen it. Soaked in Bleach. Believe I don't have it, but I have other documentaries and sort of movies that are about Nirvana and Kurt Cobain. And I enjoy those, and I liked Kurt Cobain and Nirvana back in the day. Soaked in Bleach had to have this, and it's a studio, not studio, yes, Nuda Film. It's a Nuda Film release, and I collect Nuda Film titles. Here's another one. This is a very interesting thing. It's called The Experimenter, and this is actually about that experiment that they had back in, I don't really remember, but it's way back in this 50s, 60s, I don't know, 1961, where they had this experiment that involved pushing a button and electrifying the person on the other side. It was an experiment that involved taking orders and going beyond the borders of you feeling that your mind telling you that something is wrong and you're hurting someone else, but you are following orders. You're doing what you're being told to do. And this is something that's very horrifying and terrifying, and a very important psychological experiment that proves a lot about us, our society, and people that are followers. The people that are followers in society, and why certain things play out the way that they do. That's why I think this is a very important subject. This is more important than it has ever been before. Okay, so The Experimenter with Peter Sarsgaard and Winona Ryder. I've always been fascinated by this. I've been talking about this for probably like more than 20 years with people that I know, because this has always interested me and horrified me, because there are patterns that I've seen ever since I was a kid in society, and things that I've seen played out, you know, witch hunts and all of those sort of things that are horrifying and terrifying and sad and tragic and hopeless. It's hopeless. You see these things play out in society, and the people just go with it. They go with it, and they make excuses, and they, you know, this blind willingness to just hunt people down and exterminate them or torture them in the name of politics, in the name of ideology, or whatever you have, just because some people say that it's right, or these people are evil, or these are wrong. It is horrifying, and I hate seeing this pattern repeat itself, and that is why I think this is very important. And it's something that is very close to my heart and soul, and I have horrifying stories to tell about this, but I don't want to do it in this video. Let's move on. Finally picked up these, some Blu-ray cheapies that I should have had in my collection. First of all, Sherlock Holmes, A Game of Shadows. Should have had this, heard good things about it actually, but at the same time, some of these bigger movies and Hollywood movies I stay away from, and I've been staying away from this. I've seen parts from it, but I like Sherlock Holmes, so I had to check it out, and I picked it up for $1, and hopefully I will enjoy it. I think I will. Here's the first one, Sherlock Holmes. Hopefully I will enjoy it. This is one that I enjoy. I saw it in the theater. I had a great time. It was great. I love this movie, and I needed to have it in my Blu-ray movie collection. So Elysium, I thought this was great. I thought Neil Blomkamp did great with this. It felt really, really great, and the effects and the designs were like stellar, perfect, very, very good. It felt real. The CGI actually works in this movie, and sometimes in these sort of science fiction movies, it doesn't work. It doesn't work at all, but it works in this. It feels real. It's a really good world, and there are some very, very interesting subject matters that are explored here. This movie actually has something to say, something to tell, and I appreciate it. I already have this movie, but I didn't have it on Blu-ray, so this is a upgrade, a little bit of an upgrade. And I like this movie. Some people don't, but I really, really, really liked it. So Shutter Island with Leonardo DiCaprio. Looking forward to checking this one out again. It was a good movie, real good movie. So this is an upgrade. Let's move on here. Another good movie experience, and this was a flop in the theater. Many people probably didn't like it as much as they should. I enjoyed it very much. One of the reasons maybe is because I grew up with the comics and I liked the comics. Not everyone did, but I like those Rice Edgar Burroughs comics. Yeah. Yes, believe it or not, John Carter. I actually enjoyed it. I had a great time at the movie theater. I think this movie is underrated. I think this movie has gotten way more shit than it deserves. It is a better movie than people give it credit for being. It deserves way better. This was a good movie, John Carter, and I would have loved to see a sequel to this, but we never will. We never will. But John Carter was good. And here's another one that I never got into because I've been burned out. I've been burned out on Tim Burton. Tim Burton was one of my favorite directors in the early days, way back when he had his own vision, his own artistic touch on things. But it just went away. He just sold his soul to the Hollywood dollar devil. So, but anyway, but I should have checked this out a long time ago. I never did. Frankenweenie. I picked this one up, and I picked it up cheap for $1. Yes, it probably is worth more, but I picked it up for $1, and finally I can check it out. This was one that I should have checked out. I should have way back. But now I'm closing the book on that, and I'm checking it out, and I think I will enjoy it. But Tim Burton, man, come back to us. Come back to your artistic visions and ambitions. Why sell your soul and make these trashy, shitty movies that doesn't have a soul? What happened? What happened with you? It's sad. Sad, really sad. But let's move on to some other things. Those were my DVDs and Blu-ray movies, but I'm also a gamer. I love games. And I picked up 2 games. And this is a part of my Town for Haul, and I will always show my gaming and figures and such when it comes to my Town for Haul, and probably other videos as well. Let's move on. I collect Wii U titles, and I love Wii U games. I love my Wii U. So I picked up Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. Yeah, did not have this. Picked up pretty cheap. Happy to add this to my game collection. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker for my Wii U. And then another one. This is the one that might be a hidden gem. I don't know. But it looked like fun. There are mini games and such in it. Tron Evolution Battle Grids. So I think this might be a hidden gem. I hope so. But I picked up these sort of, titles that could be a hit or miss, or they could be good, could not be, but there's something that gives a hint and a feeling that it could be a good experience. But I think this will be Tron Evolution Battle Grids. So yeah. And let's move on here. Yeah, since we are here, let's move on with some comic books. And I got tons of comic books, graphic novels, and manga and all of that. And since we already mentioned Jodorowsky, let's move on to some Jodorowsky. I picked up this, and actually this I traded for this, so I didn't pay anything actually. I paid for some things, but not as much as you would think. Anyway, this is one that I had my eye on for years. I wanted to pick it up last year, but couldn't. But anyways, this is Jodorowsky and Manaria's Borgia. This is an extreme violent and horrific tale of the Borgia family, the first mafia family in Italy. And this is hardcore violent, mind-bending, creeping stuff. It really creeps into every crack, and it really gets to you, because this was hard for me to read. Some of these violent things are like, oof, I couldn't. It was too hard. It was too hard for me. But I did read almost whole of it. I jumped a couple of pieces because I wanted to revisit it. But anyway, this was one of his latest outings, Jodorowsky's writing outings, with an artist called Manara. And this is hardcore, but I recommend it. This is good stuff, just like Meta Barons. It's like philosophical, artistic, explore the subjects on a deep level. It goes where it needs to go, even though it is hard. It is hard for the mind and hard for the soul to watch those things play out, and the horrific events, and the merciless evil nature of some human beings. I mean, this is, oh my god, but this is good, really good, and I recommend it. But you know, be prepared, prepare yourself for a really hard, violent experience that will mess you up. It will mess you up. Borgia Jodorowsky. I got this for free. The Walking Dead, the first volume of the comic book, The Walking Dead. And let's move on here. We have, yeah, something that I used to have. I used to have a lot of these, which is sad, but I gave them away to my brother, and I slowly been building up my collection again, just because, really, I had a temporary fit of madness and insanity that did so I gave them away, but because I thought that I never would have a need for them, and you know, it's weird because that passed like literally like the week after or the day after. I was, what the hell did I do that for? Why did I give away my comics? But you know, it was for a good cause anyway. And I could always get them again. You know, whatever. So, but anyway, I used to have this. The XMen. But here they call them the X's, which sounds very weird when you translate it into English. But the X's, which is, this is one with the issues with Phoenix, the whole Dark Phoenix thing. You know, good issue, and I really needed to have those key issues again. Yeah. So yeah, I needed to have that one, and I also got this one, another one of those X's. Pretty cool that they did this artwork wrap all the way around here, from the front and to the back, or from the back to the front, whichever way you like it. Yeah, anyway, cool to have this again. Here's another one that actually, back in the early 90s when they started with this sort of what do you call, arc, this arc, which entails the whole Marvel universe, and they did this a lot with Secret Wars 2, and later on Civil War and whatever. Yeah, there were several one of these, but this entailed the whole Marvel universe, and it was the Inferno arc, which they, yeah. So I had to pick this up for my Inferno collection. I have good times from the early 90s when they started with this. It was in Spider-Man, it was in the Marvel Universe magazines, and it was in the X-Men, and it was everywhere. So what? I had to pick this up. Also some Blast from the Past, Masters of the Universe comics from the end of the 80s. And I was born in the end of the 70s, so yeah, I was one of those guys that loved Masters of the Universe, He-Man, and I still do. I never stopped. I still have my old action figures, you know. I'm one of those people that never grows up. But anyway, had to pick these up. The Nintendo magazine, which also was called Nintendo Power. Here it was called Nintendo magazine. I picked this up, and it has what usually doesn't come with it anymore is the Power Play section, and it has the whole Power Play section in it. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Marvel Special, the good old Marvel Specials from the early 80s. I grew up reading these. This was my first outing with the Daredevil comics. But these were the only Daredevil comics, not the Frank Miller issues that came later on. But I already have these, so I think I have duplicates and even triple of them. So yeah, got those. But I love these comics back in the day. And some early Spider-Man titles from the 70s and such, and onwards to the 80s. Yeah. One there, and then we have one with the Pump. I don't know what his name is in American or English. Here they come the Pumpkin Man, Pumpkin Head or whatever. Sort of reminiscent of the Green Goblin and Hobgoblin, which are two of my favorite Spider-Man villains. Let's move on here. Some more issues here. Here's some Secret War stuff. Secret Wars Part 6. And here is some Daredevil with Secret Wars Part 7. And I love the Daredevil comics and the Daredevil parts. This one with the lizard. Here's the first issue of Judge Dredd, which I used to have, but I don't have anymore. But I do have the other issues, so I really needed to have this one. Yeah. So this was pick up as well. And I mean, this comic still holds up today. It still looks fucking awesome. And here we have my favorite Judge Death and Judge Plague and all those guys were awesome. I love them very much back in the day. Big influence. The early Judge Dredd comics were a big influence on my art and me. I can't deny that. But that was a long time ago. And also Loose. Some guy, many of those comics was a guy that sold to this seller that I knew, and I was fortunate enough to be able to pick up some of them. And Loose, he had all of these Marvel Universe like hero, villain, character posters that used to come packed in with the issues. And these are almost all of them. You can put them all together and they will form this huge sort of section with all the characters and villains and whatever. Mostly, I think it's mostly... No, there are villains as well, but all of these Marvel characters. And I used to have, back in the early 80s, I used to have these posters, and some of them on my walls. So, it's pretty awesome to have them again. Actually. So yeah, that's a blast from the past with all of these posters. Yeah, let's move on here. And yeah, let's move on to something great. I love manga. I have quite a big manga collection, and manga is a huge inspiration of my own artistic style and such. So, and even storytelling. So I need to move on here. And first up, I picked up Video Girl I. This is a really good one. I like it. It's a girl that comes out from this broken VHS player, and is supposed to help this kid with his love life, and you know, insanity ensues. And yeah, Video Girl I. Good old school manga. And here we have another one from Boronson and Ryuichi Kigami, and you know, I loved those guys. They were a good couple. You know, Lone Wolf and Cub, and you know, Crying Freeman, and what else did we have? Some others, but Strain. Yeah, Boronson did Crying Freeman. I mean, Ryuichi Kigami did Crying Freeman, and Boronson did Fist of the North Star. You didn't know? Pretty cool. Strain. Then we have Vampire Yui, which is sort of a sequel or follow-up to Vampire Yui, and then here we have some two old school mangas from Kenichi Tsunoda that did Gunsmith Cats and Riding Bean, Canon God Exaction. Yeah, good old school manga. Pick those up, and there we have some with. These aren't the best, but they're pretty cool anyway. The Devil Auroron with an artist called Hakase Misuki. Didn't have this manga, but picked it up pretty cheap. Yeah. So yeah, that's it for the manga stuff and the movie stuff, and not all my Town Fair haul. I'm going to conclude this with showing some of the Dragon Ball figures that I picked up, and then later on show you in another video, my VHS haul back here with some awesome titles that are like mind-blowing. Some of the best that I have in my collection, some that I've been wanting for like ever since I was a kid. Like, that's well over 30 years, we can say 35 years. I've been wanting these VHS tapes, and now I have them. But let's move on to the Dragon Ball figures. So, let's take a look at the Dragon Ball figures that I picked up during Town Fair. I picked up a whole bunch of them. I love Dragon Ball. And I love Dragon Ball for a very, very long time. And I love collecting these figures. This is a whole series of new figures that I picked up. I usually... In the past, I collected another series, actually, that was smaller. They were more in the size of this guy over here. But I moved on to these because you can't get a hold of those other ones anymore. So, yeah. So these are the ones that I picked up now. And they are more based on the Dragon Ball Super characters for the new anime and yeah, sort of manga series. So yeah, got a whole bunch of them. This is Broly here, pretty good quality on that one. Yeah, all of these are really, really, really good quality, high quality. So I was not displeased. I got good deals on them, and I even got some free because I picked up a whole bunch of them. This is Jacob, the Galactic Patrolman from Akira Toriyama's separate comic that he did, and he also appears in Dragon Ball later on. This, I think it was May, I don't remember it. I think it was. She's actually older than me. Trunks over here. Trunks. Yeah, Piccolo. Piccolo, and it looks like Piccolo should look. This is the way that Piccolo should look. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them. Kamisenin, but he looks a bit thin and tall, I think. But anyway, that's because I'm used to the other characters. Frieza, younger Trunks. They get no, there's a whole bunch of them here. Goku. Yeah, it's Goku. It's the way Goku should look. But he has blue hair because he's from Dragon Ball Super. Jiren, I believe is called. He's supposed to be in this new like one of the latest, not the latest update, but the update before that for Dragon Ball Fighters. He was one of the new fighters. I really like his design. He really fits into the good old Dragon Ball universe. So this is one character that I've been curious about and always enjoyed and like. So yeah, and here's a bunch of other ones. Yamusha and another Goku one. He's getting ready to do the Kamehameha, I believe. Pretty cool. And yeah, and then a whole bunch of other ones here. Yeah, there's a whole bunch here. Goku once again. Yeah, but these are the Dragon Ball figures. There's a whole bunch of them. I mean, too many to. I don't want to waste time showing each and every one of them. But I picked up all of these during Town Fair. Like, I'm a big Dragon Ball fan, and it has been a long time. I have the whole manga series. I have like, I don't know how many posters, but I probably have 50 posters in the attic, if not more. But I think I have 50 posters, and I have the whole series on DVD, the Dragon Ball GT and all of that. I don't have Dragon Ball Super yet, but I have them all. I love Dragon Ball. I'm a big fan. So that's it. This is my Town Fair haul. And take care, everybody. Bye. So that's it for my Town Fair haul. And I'll see you later on. I have more updates to come. And I hope you enjoy my VHS Town Fair haul. Take a look. Bye!